Very good morning and welcome. Someone asked me, in the non-dual state, is there any kind of awareness of something going on? Like your mental mind is associating and relating to what is going on. You see, because non-duality basically means there's no I, no me. And the mind of recognition, the mind of identification, I sit here now and I say, this is me. I know me. Yeah. How can I not know me? But in non-duality, it's like your body has expanded. It's not your body that has expanded. Your body actually has decreased to a state of non-association, no acknowledgement of identifications and personal thoughts. Everything is just flowing, you see. Everything flows. And you can't say you're here or there or up there or everywhere or nowhere. It's a non-association, you see, a non-association with information, with conditioned, programmed. Your brain has basically shut down, but it's still operating the body. It's not accepting the information anymore. It's saying, no, I've had enough. I didn't go through this, for a few moments of non-duality. It's the brain resting. The brain says, no, thank you for the vacation. There's not a me speaking. There's a brain operating the body. But the mind has so spaced out, it becomes the space that it's out of. So, but someone asks, is there awareness? Of course there's awareness, because you cannot remove completely what has been conditioned in you. You cannot remove the association with words. The mind has to come back. And it doesn't just say, okay, one moment non-enlightened, next moment enlightened, 5 years pass, return to non-enlightened. A very dramatic shift. It's like anything else, it's a transition. So the awareness of what was before in a non-dual state is sifting back. And it's never not left, if you get what I mean. You see, there's no controller that controls what is going on. It's like the controller has given up, is given, right, okay, you operate. Someone else can operate this body. Someone else can operate this mind. A very vulnerable and dangerous situation to be enlightened, where there are, certain types of people who say, we can use this one. We can use this one, we can use this one to set off the nuclear bomb, because he's no idea between good and bad. He's no idea between what's right and wrong. So let's put him into the, you just go and press this button in there. Yeah, yes, namaste, yeah, okay, namaste, yeah. So, enlightenment, awakening is not to be maintained. See? Christ gave up his body like that, losing control, to say, you take my body, take anything you want, because Christ, enlightenment, something far more deeper, far more fearful to the ego mind that doesn't know. The ego mind gets a bit uncomfortable to anyone. That powerful ego mind gets a bit uncomfortable to anyone that seems to be beyond this life. So they use that one in a very manipulative way. So I don't advocate being enlightened and being surrounded by what you will call deceptive minds. And there are many deceptive minds. We all hold a deceptiveness in our mind. We all hold some sort of mistrust in our mind because of how we've been trained and conditioned. But some hold extreme mistrust, extreme deception. I don't want to go into the past, but you can pretty much name some of them in the Second World War, and mostly battles and wars of greed and power, of raping and moving to another land and taking what you feel is rightfully yours. You see, the minds, the people I own these people. That's a deceptive mind. That's a very powerful but fearful. The mind of power, like this kind of power, lives always in fear, always concerned about who is coming to get it. How can I be one step ahead, you see? Because, that's the fearful mind. That's the primitive mind, the animalistic mind. But they feel they're not animalistic, they're just powerful. They're acting out their godly way, their rightful way to be here, in whatever way they want to be it. But anyway, I've completely diverged from the question. What is the awareness, you see? Well, there is an awareness. And I want to give what the most consistent and satisfying awareness of what was taking place. Because throughout a process of the mind dissolving to reveal that door that Rumi and Assisi speaks about, and the door opens and this eye was looking on the other side. Through this door is spirit, you see. And through the whole process, you're enshrouded by this spirit. It's like a warm blanket, but the blanket's not covering the body. The blanket is covering the universe. And you are experiencing the blanket, the warmth, the love, the compassion, the protection from this spirit that appears to be the most safest and indescribable love that you'll never experience through a human interaction. Or, there may be moments when you come close. When a family member dies, and in a moment of the grief that is inconsolable, something says it's okay. There's a warmth, there's a comfort. And this spirit, it enshrouds, it comforts that it's, I always explain that life is made up of two things: the I and the consciousness, the tower of I, the penis, the most stable tower that enshrouds itself. All the galaxies and cosmos are maintained within this towering I, and there are infinite possibilities, but it is still, the possibilities cannot live until it's enshrouded by the vagina of consciousness, the penis being enshrouded by the vagina of consciousness. And then there's the ejaculation and the moment of birth. But this experience is not the moment of birth, you see. We cannot experience another moment of birth. We can experience the moment of the mind dying, which is the very same as birth, because when something dies, something is born to experience that death. That's this misinterpretation by mind. Death is not the end. Death is just another way of experiencing another birth. It could be a body birth, a reincarnation. It could be a birth of Jesus. It could be a birth of God, birth of consciousness, a birth of transcendental love. It's ongoing birth. You see, this I and this consciousness ejaculating every moment of every day in every world in every way. But it's not the birth, you see. It's the experience of consciousness enshrouding your existence. your whole purpose of being here. That warmth, that spirit, that Christ consciousness, that transcendental love. And it never fluctuates. Even in your workplace, even in your driving your car, you're enshrouded by this love. And someone crosses a red light, in front of you and makes you brake, and you go, there's no anger because there's nothing that can overpower this love. Not even death, not even anger, not even hatred. So there is an awareness, and the most beneficial is the enjoyment, the enjoyment and the feeling of being safe and secure in this Christ conscious spirit. And that's a return to your truth. That's what heaven is, a continuation, whether in a body or out of a body, of just blessed with love. The love that you can never not omit or erase or enhance. It just is. It truly is. So the mind is beneficial. The ego is beneficial. The identification, the duality is beneficial. So it's duality experiencing itself within non-duality, if that makes sense.